ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa says that the deliberations and resolutions of the ANC's 55th National Conference must ensure that those who are behind state capture will face the full might of the law. Ramaphosa delivered the political report in Nasrec as the conference kicked off on Friday. The political report did not spare the country's fight against corruption. Kenny Mapanga filed this report.
Delegates at the ANC's 55th National Conference are tasked with ensuring that the work of the State Capture Commission is not in vain.
Those responsible, whoever they are, wherever they are, that they should face the might of the law. But we must also say, we know that there will be resistance. But this must strengthen our resolve.
Ramaphosa was reflecting on the past 5 years of the ANC, which has been characterized by deep divisions. The ANC president believes that this could be partly attributed to one of the clear instructions from the 54th National Conference to end state capture and tackle corruption.
As we anticipated, the actions we were mandated to take against corruption and state capture have at times caused friction amongst us.
Ramaphosa further highlighted the aims and objectives of the ANC to support and advance the cause of women's emancipation, stating that progress has been made.
We have made significant advances. It is largely thanks to the ANC's policies that 46% of all National Assembly members are women. For the first time, half of all cabinet ministers at national level are women.
Kenny Mapanga, SABC News, Johannesburg.
We're joined now by SABC News Reporter Ntlantla Kgatlhane for more of what happened at the conference earlier and what is expected tomorrow. Ntlantla, very good evening to you. As we mentioned earlier on in the introduction, a day of high drama. Just take us from where proceedings are at the moment. I understand that they had to be adjourned and some agenda items postponed to tomorrow. What happened at the end of the day? And we'll work our way through to the beginning.
Well, a good evening to you and our viewers at at home. As you rightfully mentioned there, we saw the president of the ANC delivering his political report, but it also came with, quite interesting scenes where we saw former President Jacob Zuma walking in. As you know, usually in such an event or in such a conference, all former presidents come and sit before the current president speaks. But we saw former President Jacob Zuma there arriving late, and also, we heard some, delegates singing the song Wenzeni Zuma. But also, in terms of what his political report was about, he spoke on the state capture report, saying that it was as the leadership they were told that they needed to deal with state capture so that they can appeal more, to the voters. As you know, that ANC in recent years has started losing, as people have stopped being interested in it, and also, it's deemed as a corrupt party. The president saying there that, amongst the challenges that they face as the ANC was that, as they are dealing with state capture, this has also caused divisions with the party. Touching there briefly on the state of the party, the president saying that divisions, are located amongst the leadership, and that goes down to, the members, saying that the leaders are responsible for dividing, and that has an implication in terms of how South Africans, view the ANC. So earlier today, we saw the conference being delayed. At this current moment, we know that it has been adjourned until tomorrow. The only report that was tabled by the president was the political report. There was supposed to be no nomination around this time. Also, the organizational report, which probably will take will be tabled tomorrow. Also, the financial report will also be tabled tomorrow. But quite interestingly, a lot of political analysts have spoken to this, saying that it'd be quite interesting to see if it will be a smooth conference. Already, it's been delayed. The president, speaking about divisions within the party, speaking that Tshepiso, the cause of these divisions rests amongst the shoulders of leaders, and also saying something quite axiomatic, something quite familiar with a lot of speeches that he has made, saying that this conference must ensure that when they leave this place, they remain united or come out of it united, saying that they should ensure that this conference amongst the top agendas is to deal with policies that are made to change ordinary people's lives.
Now, Ntlantla, as you mentioned, the president speaking about the divisions, although that was plain to see for many who were watching the conference, it was what could be described as ugly scenes at some point. But what happens tomorrow? Are those divisions likely to play out and escalate? We know that the nomination process for the top 6 starts tomorrow.
Well, it has been said, that it's a breaking point for the ANC, even the president saying that, the ANC rather is going through difficult times, admitting that, challenges of the ANC are seen by, everybody. And like I already mentioned earlier, that, as in his speech, he spoke about it. Those scenes could be seen by ordinary South Africans who are watching those scenes whereby former president walks in and the current president is disturbed. It speaks to the divisions of the party. Already now it has been delayed. Currently, as we go forward, it has been adjourned. We were anticipating as the media that it will be a late night for us, but now it was announced that it has been adjourned. Tomorrow we can expect that nominations will take place. They'll have to squeeze in terms of those things that they have left out, to ensure that they ensure that in the next 5 days they reach the mark, or they conclude on things that they came to do here. But looking at how things are going, it will be quite interesting to see if this will be indeed a 5-day conference.
Obviously, the issue of credentials has been something that has bedeviled not only the provincial conferences, we've seen that with this one as well, and this is why the conference was delayed for many hours. The question, Ntlantla, is how much faith is there in the system against the backdrop of statements made by suspended ANC Secretary General Ace Magashule before the conference got underway, saying that the ANC systems are rigged? Has this imbued a sense of nervousness, a sense of doubt about what's going to play out when the vote for the top 6 gets underway?
Well, the issues of credentials, if you've been following, the momentum rather to this conference, you could have seen it throughout its provincial conferences, where it remained to be amongst the interesting issues, where, even a lot of media people anticipating that, a lot of problems was going to be there. I mean, today only it was delayed because of registration. It's going to be quite interesting to see how this unfolds going forward. A lot of people were talking about, divisions of the ANC playing out in each and every element that's going to come out of this conference. I guess it speaks to, like I mentioned earlier, that is this a do or die for the ANC, and going forward, how is this, party, one of the oldest liberation movement in the African continent, how is it going to go forward with regards to it struggling with such formalities, but those formalities are very important in conferences. It will be quite interesting to come out of this conference and see who are going to be at the helm of the party to take it forward. Also looking at the fact that, in 2024, there's going to be national elections, and ANC's credibility has been questioned by ordinary South Africans. The president there, not shying away from the fact that as they were trying to deal with state capture, it came at a cost. It speaks to a whole lot of dynamics that the party is facing, as it's aware of its challenges. While it's trying to deal with those challenges, it's facing other challenges within itself. So it makes it very interesting to know that will the ANC come out of this conference united, and will the leadership that is going to be elected here, will it appeal to ordinary South Africans?
Thank you very much, Ntlantla Kgatlhane, part of the SABC team that's at Nasrec at the moment. So a long night for the team as we continue rolling coverage on the ANC conference.